Exchange on, no, wait a minute. Those are the traders on the CBOT.
Ooh, nice shot. Look at
See, wait a minute. Separated at birth? What do you think? Could be. Jesse Ventura goes to television? I don't know. Yeah, separated at birth, I think. That's the CBOT. And Rick Santelli is standing by to bring us up to date. Hey, Rick.
Hi, Mark. Well, I wish I could tell
Loss of 8 cents for its fourth fiscal quarter, compared with a profit of 1 cent in the year-ago period. Street was looking for a loss of 11 cents. Sales up 52% to just over $9 million. Pumatech is a provider of software for mobile devices, bringing the internet to handheld devices like portable PCs and wireless phones. The company's stock trading near its 52-week low in the mid-20s, down from an intraday high of 102, hit back in March. What's going on here? Joining us from San Jose, California, Bradley Rowe. He's CEO of Pumatech. Mr. Rowe, thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Mark.
What do you suppose is going on with your stock?
Well, as you said, we got hit pretty hard in March with a lot of the other stocks in our sector. The irony of it is our business is stronger today than it was 6 months ago when our stock was on an upward tick. And you know, what I'll do is, I'm not a professional stock picker, but I'll point to the 6 analysts who currently cover our stock. And
don't do that.
5 of them have a strong buy.
None of us trust them. No, bad idea. Yeah, I mean, the numbers look very good, but I guess that's the way of Wall Street. You make a software basically that it's Internet Anywhere, I think is what you call it, right? The
Anywhere Internet, right.
Anywhere Internet. I'm still a little confused, even after having read all the research and the 10K and all that, how exactly this works. The future, as you see it, is I will be able to access email, websites, whatever I want from any mobile location or device I want, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, now, how's that going to work? How am I going to get my email if I'm, you know, out and vacationing up in the Poconos, for example, and I take up my phone or my PDA or whatever? I'm going to be able to get my email? How?
That's correct. In fact, you can today on pretty much a nationwide basis. There's really 2 classes of mobile devices that are important. One is wireless-enabled PDAs, like the Palm devices we're all familiar with.
Right.
And the other ones are Internet-enabled phones, which are very popular in Japan, becoming increasingly popular in Europe, and then here in the United States. And what we do is we provide the large back-end scale technology that allows, for example, a content or email provider to propagate that email out to the wireless device, or in the same case, a corporation to deploy our servers behind their firewalls and extend their corporate email to your vacation home in the Poconos.
Okay, that's what I wondered about. Okay, so in order for me to get my email from CNBC or NBC or wherever it comes in, NBC and CNBC would have to buy your product first and install it behind their firewall.
Well, what we find is that most corporations, and I would assume that CNBC or NBC probably runs the same way, has a very, very strong security interest in their corporate messaging. For example, at Pumatech, we have emails that were flying around inside the company as of up until yesterday about our earnings announcement, and that's very secure information. So we find that a lot of major corporate enterprises want to have that information or that security behind their firewalls. So we sell directly to corporations, and as I noted in my conference call today, about 1,000 corporations worldwide have now deployed our technology behind their firewalls to do just what we're talking about.
Oh, I see. Okay. Gary?
Good morning, Mr. Rowe. One of the research firms, in this case First Call, had issued a report on August 4th about the significant insider selling, and that might be one of the reasons why the stock's been under some pressure that Mark alluded to. Can you kind of just discuss about the significant insider selling and what that is a function of?
Yeah, as I discussed yesterday in our conference call, and I expressed this based on my own personal situation, is we have a number of officers in the company who have highly concentrated wealth positions in Pumatech. And throughout fiscal 2000, based on M&A activity, pooling restrictions, and our normal quarterly restrictions, we were virtually locked up for the entire year. So there was a large overhang, and we believe that, I believe that at any time where you have a very highly concentrated wealth position, it makes sense to probably diversify your asset base somewhat, and that's exactly what I did.
It is a little unsettling, though, to see you continue to sell into a declining price, which is the pattern that your company exhibits.
Well, the price is stabilized at around $20, $23 right now, and like I pointed to before, our business is stronger today, and I'm more optimistic about our prospects today than I am at any other time in the history of 7-year history of the company.
Let's talk about accessing the web. How much demand do you think is out there? When you look at things, for example, Yahoo page views have been flat. Very little growth, at least in the U.S. Overseas there's been growth, but in the U.S. Yahoo page views flat. Given that lack of growth in page views in the wired world, how can we be sure that there's going to be that much demand from wireless customers?
Well, actually, I would view it a different way. I would say that wireless customers, oftentimes who are mobile professionals working for corporations and also consumers, are going to want to access web-enabled data from 3 sources, not just the internet itself, but also their corporate intranets, and also, in the case of B2B exchanges, the extranets as well. So we believe with the mobile professionals, the company, or the people that we're targeting with our products, that there's actually a very broad requirement for web access or web-enabled data wherever it happens to reside.
So you're aiming more at what we used to call a B2B network market rather than B2C. That's where the real growth is, in your opinion.
We believe that a lot of the future growth will be in B2B and also in what we call B2E, where you're talking about business to employee for accessing, again, corporate intranets, along with the traditional corporate, traditional internet data. But our view of it is that in the wireless world, this needs to be a highly personalized experience. When I'm out accessing this information on a mobile or wireless device, I only want information that I've given you a predefined and expressed interest that I want, such as a stock going up X% or Y dollars, or the release of a new competitive product from one of my competitors in the form of a press release. That's the kind of information I want in real time delivered to me on my wireless device.
Okay, Mr. Rowe, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bradley Rowe, CEO of Pumatech, which beat the street, but the street right now is beating it, along with a lot of other tech stocks. Still to come, stock market predictions in today's Word on the Street. But next, it's our Before the Bell look with the Stallion at the big board and text at the NASDAQ. Stay tuned.
The Consumer Price Index. Get a preview of the latest consumer spending report. Could this key data be the deciding factor on the Fed's decision to raise interest rates? Get the CNBC Edge tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. Profit from it.